Okay, so the first thing I did was I created my documentation, which was a quick start guide for the Samsung Gear S2, the smartwatch. The first thing I did was kind of look at the legacy content that's out there. This is a real product, so there's already content. This is the user guide. They did not have a quick start guide like I was creating, so I was able to make something much more brief than this 143-page document. I tried to just come up with what would be the most important thing to know the minute you get this device and you want to start using it right away. And I did that by kind of doing a user interview. My husband and I have these, so do my friends, and I talked with them and just said, what did you need to know to get started? What were the basics? And that's what I stuck to here. So kind of getting familiar with the device. I included graphics so that you understand what I'm saying when I say turn the bezel. You have a graphic there that's kind of showing you, oh, that piece there, you turn it. This is what the widget board looks like. And I always included text to supplement the graphics so that they'll know what I'm talking about, because I'm assuming that the user of this guide is not very familiar with the Gear S2. So that's what I did in creating my documentation. Okay, so I have my website here and I just needed to create my secondary page for my quick start guide. And I had a lot of trouble figuring out how to do that. I Googled a lot of stuff and I kept coming up with how to make a link, but that was from a page that already existed. I needed to create that page. So this didn't work for me. I found something that almost worked. It was how to create a second page for your website, but this was so specific to a certain project that was being done, these directions here, that it was really confusing for me to follow, and it really didn't help at all. I contacted Dr. Newmark. She sent me this email with step-by-step directions. I was able to follow them to a T and get that working. So it was basically creating that quickstart.html page here and moving that over into my FileZilla as the same hierarchy as my other index HTML, and then creating that link from this first page. And it worked great. So it takes me down here. It's the way my page is set up. And then I'm able to go to that next page. So that worked great. And then it was just a matter of getting my documentation loaded onto my website. So I've been working on my website and I'm pretty happy with the way that it looks. And I'm trying to figure out now how to load my document, my PDF that I created for my quick start guide. And I was not sure how to do that. So I went to this website, WikiHow, and it looks like this is really good information. So I'm trying it now. I did the first step and I moved my file over into FileZilla. So it's there. Now I just need to create the place for it in my HTML code so that it will link when clicking on this button. So I found the spot where I want to do it. I have this button that's going to say click here. Now I need to make this file the destination. So I'm hoping that it will work. I'm going to pause it while I am typing this out since I don't have a lot of time. Okay, so I got the name of my document included here, mimicking what they've shown me on WikiHow. So I saved it and I'm going to go ahead and move it over and see if it works, see if I did it correctly. So I need my other file folder. We'll move this quick start over, replace it. Yes, I want to overwrite it. And let's look at the website now. So I'll refresh my page, and then what's supposed to happen is you click this button, it takes you to here, and then this is where I tried to insert a document. Oh, okay. So it seems like every time I add something, I get this issue. I don't know why this won't. There we go. Let me fix this again. All right, and let's try again. Yay, it works. I'm so excited. So in the end, I have everything set up. I'm really happy with it. I have my documentation downloading from here. I have my website set up. My only downfall, the thing that I'm really not too happy with, is the template I picked for my website. But that's where my ability to use HTML kind of ends. This is the setup that I got, and it's what I'm stuck with. I don't know how to make this look more visually appealing. I just have a purple screen here, and I don't know how to insert any graphics or change the size of this big purple blob or anything like that from just looking at this code here. Basically it's just been making minor changes to what they've already set up here. So that was the only bummer. I kind of regretted this, but I didn't have time to pick a whole nother template. But overall, I think I was really successful and I had a lot of fun doing it. I feel like it's something I'm going to want to continue to play around with in the future.